A wave of sorrow has swept through the international skiing community following two tragic deaths of Australian nationals in Japan's snowy mountains within the span of a few days, underscoring both the thrill and the peril of winter sports in one of the world's most popular snow destinations. The second fatality occurred in the famed Niseko ski region of Hokkaido, where a young man in his 20s lost his life while skiing with a group of friends. The man, who had been living and working in Niseko, was part of a party of 7 when the tragedy unfolded. Eyewitnesses said he was skiing toward the back of the group when he disappeared from view. Concerned friends retraced their tracks, ultimately discovering him unconscious in deep snow. Other skiers nearby administered CPR in a desperate attempt to revive him before rescue services arrived and transported him to a hospital. Despite every effort, he was pronounced dead shortly thereafter. The exact circumstances leading up to his collapse are still being investigated. There were no obvious injuries or signs of collision, and early indications suggest he may have suffered a sudden medical event while traversing the slope. Friends, family members, and locals alike have been left reeling by the loss of a young man described as passionate about skiing and deeply loved by those who knew him. The man's untimely passing casts a long shadow over a region that has become a mecca for snow sports enthusiasts from around the globe. Niseko is renowned for its powder snow, dramatic mountain terrain, and vibrant winter culture, attracting visitors year after year who seek world-class conditions on and off the slopes. Visitors often combine skiing or snowboarding with après-ski relaxation, enjoying hot springs, local cuisine, and the unique charm of Hokkaido's winter landscape. But with its popularity comes inherent risk, as the extreme weather conditions and variable terrain can quickly turn from exhilarating to hazardous. This second fatality happened just days after another Australian, a 22-year-old woman from Queensland, died in a separate snow sports accident in central Japan. In her case, the tragedy stemmed from what should have been a routine moment on a ski lift. While attempting to disembark at a popular resort, her backpack became entangled with the chairlift mechanics, resulting in her being lifted and dragged awkwardly before the lift was stopped by resort staff. Emergency responders worked quickly to bring her down and transport her for medical care, but she suffered cardiac arrest and later died in hospital. She was remembered by friends and family as an experienced and enthusiastic snowboarder with a love for adventure and snow life. Her death served as a shock to many who knew her and to the wider community that followed her story. Taken together, these two deaths highlight the unpredictable danger that can accompany mountain sports, even for those with passion and skill. Ski resorts in Japan, especially in Hokkaido and the Nagano region, are no strangers to winter weather extremes. In recent weeks, the country has been experiencing unprecedented snowfall, drawing even more visitors eager to experience the deep powder, but also increasing the number of weather-related incidents. The combination of heavy snow, steep terrain, and high visitor numbers creates conditions that can tax even the most prepared skiers and snowboarders. Avalanches, sudden weather changes, hidden obstacles, and the simple exhaustion that comes from navigating deep snow all contribute to a complex risk environment. In the case of the man in Niseko, authorities are examining all possible factors, including weather conditions, snowpack stability, and whether the area where he was skiing was marked or patrolled by resort safety teams. Local emergency services responded rapidly, indicating the presence of well-established protocols for mountain injuries and sudden medical crises. Colleagues and acquaintances remember him as a vibrant, humble individual who, in addition to skiing, was carving out a life abroad, working locally and making connections in the community. Tributes left by friends online describe him as someone who embraced life fully and lived the exhilaration of his chosen sport. Many have struggled with the idea that a single, sudden event could take away someone in his prime. The Australian government has confirmed that its Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade is offering consular support to the families affected by both incidents, a standard measure when citizens die abroad under tragic circumstances. Officials have expressed condolences and underscored their commitment to assisting relatives during an incredibly difficult time. Consular support typically includes helping with communication, repatriation logistics, and navigating local legal and medical systems, especially when families are dealing with lost thousands of kilometers from home. The outpouring of sympathy from communities both in Australia and around the world has been significant. For the young snowboarder who died after the lift accident, heartfelt tributes emphasize her athleticism, friendliness, and the joy she found in life on the snow. Teammates and friends spoke of her competitive spirit, her generosity, and the bright presence she brought to group trips and training sessions. Fundraisers and memorials have been established in her honor, reflecting the impact she had on her local sporting circles. The mix of sadness and celebration of life in these tributes underscores how deeply these losses are felt. For the man in Niseko, stories from those who knew him paint a picture of a person who had chosen to embrace opportunity abroad. Someone who combined productivity and passion by working locally while enjoying his environment. Co-workers and friends have shared memories of his kindness, humility, and enthusiasm for his adopted mountain lifestyle. Many have spoken about the shock and grief that comes with losing someone under such sudden and unexplained circumstances, emphasizing how unpredictable life can be on the slopes. Ski resorts across Japan have responded to both incidents with renewed emphasis on safety protocols. Lift operators, mountain patrols, and resort management teams are reviewing procedures to reduce the likelihood of similar tragedies in the future. This includes reinforcing safety instructions for equipment like backpacks, improving communication about off-piste boundaries, and considering additional measures in areas with heavy snowfall or high avalanche risk. The goal is not only to honor those who have died, but to ensure that others can enjoy mountain sports with greater protection and awareness. These tragedies serve as a solemn reminder that winter sports, while exhilarating and beautiful, demand respect for nature's power and an appreciation of the risks involved. Whether it's unpredictable weather, deep snow hazards, or mechanical accidents, the potential for life-altering events always exists. For the families and friends connected to these two Australians, the pain of loss is profound. In the broader snow sports community, their deaths underscore a collective responsibility to ski and snowboard with caution, support one another in difficult moments, and cherish every descent and turn on the mountain. As winter continues and snowfall remains heavy across Japan's northern regions, authorities and visitors alike will be watching closely.